Hello everyone, this is Desy, and in this video we are going to talk about on how to add new cases to your database from WebPST. So the easiest way to do this is by adding a new job. So we're going to go to Jobs, and then we're going to go to Add a Job. And right here we have the Add a Job form. So we're going to select our client, and our attorney. Now, when you get to the case section here, I always recommend searching first for a case, either by case number, defendant, or plaintiff. That way, if the case exists in the database, you do not have to add it. You just click accept and keep moving forward. So let's say we're going to do Facebook. Here are my results of Facebook cases, or let's say I do state. Now I have a list of different states, state of Colorado, California, Arizona. So when I click on one of them, I have a result of cases that have state of Colorado, and then I can go ahead and select the one that I'm searching for. If the one that I want does not exist, that's when we're going to go ahead and hit Add New Case. So here we have the court information. So you may search for a court. I have several here, Superior Court of California. And if I select one of those, you will see how the information populates, their address and the name of the court, so on and so forth. You may edit the court. You may replace the court, so you will search for a different court, or you may just remove it as a whole if that's not the route that you want to go to. If you're searching for a court and it doesn't show up, you may just add a court, and then you can go ahead and add the name, the branch, the state, the address, so on. You could also just add the court information by just adding the state, the county, and the type of court. So let's say here's just circuit court. So Florida, Broward, Circuit Court. As you select different states, then the county changes according to the state. Then we have the case details section. Here you have judge. You may search by last name. If the judge doesn't exist, you can go ahead and add a judge, and it's just asking you for first name, last name, and suffix if applicable. Then you can add the case number for your case, the department, the original date file, the amended file, your plaintiff, and your defendant. Here for titles, we have a drop-down list that you can select from. If what you're looking for is not there, you can just go ahead and type it directly here in the title field, and it will save it for you. Then we have the attorney specific. This usually tends to be more specific to California, as California has a form where this information is displayed. You can fill it out. However, you do not have to unless you are dealing with California forms. And lastly, right here, we have the client specifics. So this field is the client case reference number. And then if your client has a default client contact, it's going to show up here like it did with mine. If you don't have a default client contact, then it's going to look something like this. So it's going to be blank, and then you can just click Add, select your contact, or you may edit a contact if you want. You can add an additional one and select that one that you added manually. And lastly, you just add your case, and the information will be displayed here. So it will look something like this. It'll have the case number, client case reference number if you added one, the plaintiff, the defendant, and the court information. Then you just keep moving forward and add the rest of your data and then add your job. Now, the second way to add a case is by adding the case on its own. So you can go to cases, and you can add a case here. And as you see, the form is pretty much the same. The only thing that we do not have displaying here is the attorney specifics because there's no attorney being selected, and the client contact because there's no clients being contacted. So when you add a case this way, you're only adding the case information. There is no actual job attached to the case. So remember, if you decide to do this, when you go back to add a job and you're looking for a case, you want to search for a case rather than adding the case because it is already in the database. As always, if you guys have any questions, please give us a call. We're here to help.